Mashed potatoes are one of the best side dishes for any meal. They're voluminous, comforting, delicious, and neutral enough to complement the flavor of the meat without stealing the spotlight. And if you're trying to lose weight, potatoes are one of the best foods for that. To start, we're gonna need potatoes. And to prepare them, I like to peel and cut into smaller pieces for two reasons. Number one, doing this increases their surface area and can wash off more excess starch. This results in a lighter and fluffier mash. Number two, they cook faster. And number three, I don't like peeling hot potatoes. So bring them to a pot with cold water and bring to a boil on high heat, then keep it on medium-low heat while they boil. If you drop them straight into boiling water, the outside would overcook way before the inside is done. And while the potatoes cook, let's prepare the chicken. And here, we're using chicken breast. Boneless thighs work too, but the breast has more volume and protein for fewer calories. And if you watch the cooking time, it won't dry out. To prepare, let's cut each breast into 2 to 3 thick strips, then turn 90 degrees and cut into 2 to 3 centimeter cubes. This is the ideal size to eat each piece in one bite, without being too small and drying out before getting color. Now, to cook the chicken, grab the widest, thickest pan you have and heat it on medium-high heat with 1 teaspoon of oil. Mine is 30 centimeters wide and it's barely big enough to cook all the chicken properly. If yours is smaller, you have to cook it in 2 batches to make sure it doesn't release any liquid. Then season it with 2 teaspoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. When the chicken is 90% cooked, still a bit pink on top, add 80 grams of barbecue sauce. And here I really recommend using the sauce you already like. A lot of store-bought barbecue sauce are extremely diluted and thickened with xanthan gum. And the flavor of this recipe depends heavily on a good sauce. Also, add 22 grams of honey and 15 grams of hot sauce. I use sriracha here and I highly recommend it. It's very spicy, but also has a slight sweetness and fruity flavor, which adds to the overall taste profile of the recipe, not just heat. Mix everything well and boil on high heat until the sauce thickens a little, about 30 seconds. In this step, the chicken will finish cooking, but don't let it go for too long here or it will dry out. And the chicken's ready. At this point, the potatoes should be cooked and we're gonna drain them. Since we peel them first, we don't have to deal with hot potatoes here. And without wasting time, we're gonna mash them. I emphasize mashing it right away because if you let the potatoes cool too much, the starch will go through a process called retrogradation, which is what turns mashed potatoes from creamy and fluffy into lumpy and dry. We definitely want to avoid that. And to mash, I use a masher here because it's the easiest way to mash 8 portions of mashed potatoes, but you can totally do it with a fork. Or even the most refined and creamy method, which is pushing it through a sieve. It'll just take way longer. Now add 1 cup of hot milk, 40 grams of cream cheese, and 12 grams of salt. The milk needs to be hot to, again, avoid starch retrogradation. And I prefer to add salt here instead of the cooking water to have better control over seasoning. Since the mash is moist, the salt dissolves easily as we mix in. And it's done. Look at how creamy and light it is using this technique. And now let's plate it. Divide the chicken and mash evenly into 8 portions, and it's time to taste. Very simple, but absolutely delicious. The modification we did on the barbecue sauce brings a whole extra flavor dimension to the dish, which pure barbecue just wouldn't have. And the creamy mash complements the sauce flavor perfectly. Almost works like a secondary sauce to the barbecue. And if you like this video and want more carefully tested and explained diet recipes to get it right for the first try, check out one of these videos. And I'll see you there.